That is the sound of a low-income housing cooperative for people living with HIV and AIDS fighting to stay open. Marty's Place hosting an emergency punk and drag fundraiser to bolster its legal defense fund and protect its residents. The co-op's board of directors says the property owners are threatening to terminate the lease 5 years before it's set to expire in 2030. Amanda Harry spoke to people who live there about their efforts to stay in their homes.
The Punk and Drag fundraiser is over, but the fight for the people who live in this home is still on. One of the residents made this pin so people can wear it and remember the message. The bright colors, music, and dancing made the energy at El Rio Sunday afternoon light and fun. But the reason people were there was heavy. Marty's Place, a housing cooperative for low-income people living with HIV and AIDS, is trying to raise money for a legal fight to stay open.
When it was founded by Father Richard Purcell, it was a place for people with AIDS to die. Now it's a place for people with HIV to live.
Paul Aguilar moved into Marty's Place in November of 2021, when he was at his lowest.
I struggled to even wake up in the mornings.
He was 58 years old, living with HIV, and suddenly found himself homeless. He says he didn't know what he was going to do until he visited his friend and president of Marty's Place, Michael Rupe.
And he's like, "You're exactly where you need to be." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm at Marty's Place." He goes, "That's where you need to be." And so it was from that conversation that I ended up moving into Marty's Place shortly thereafter.
Members of Marty's Place say the housing cooperative is facing attempted eviction by Mission Action, a nonprofit that owns the property. They say Mission Action is trying to end their lease 5 years early, leaving the people living there with nowhere to go and ending what is believed to be the only co-housing for people living with HIV or AIDS in the country. Marty's Place changed Aguilar's life.
I ended up getting this position at the San Francisco AIDS Foundation with their Aging Services Department. Being somebody who was supposed to die at 30 years old, you know, achieving 58 was a freaking miracle, but to be able to work with the community was amazing.
It's hard for Aguilar to think about the possibility of losing his home.
The thought of that is stifling, that at now soon to be 62 years old, to be homeless again.
Co-founder, president of the board of directors, and resident Michael Rupe says they've been trying to come to an agreement with Mission Action for years.
We had made a proposal to purchase the property. We suspect that they've indicated they want to sell the property, and what better way to sell it? And we've invited them to work with us. Unfortunately, they broke that good faith and tried to leverage us in court.
Rupe says they have a model that works and can be used to help other low-income communities. He believes it needs to be protected, and Aguilar agrees.
I never plan to leave. They're going to have to find a way to carry me up the stairs to my room.
At this point, there's no set move-out date, and the people who live here say they're going to continue to fight for their home.
And Mission Action did not respond to our request for comment tonight.